Maybe have something like Marlboro started a Shop Marlboro program. If you spend $7,000 in a Marlboro store in the Shop Marlboro program, you get a certain percentage of that back as a rebate from your property taxes. People in Marlboro are happy with it. It's working. It increases that base of Marlboro because you have those stores now that want to come there. Because look, the town is generating business for them. They're taking care of some of the advertising. You attract the small business, you attract those communities, and you make the community stronger. Again, you have a good base for the state. It's just that simple. And then maybe expand it further. Shop Monmouth County, shop New Jersey. And when you use a New Jersey company to do New Jersey work, suddenly there's some benefit because we're employing our neighbors. And when we employ our neighbors, and I mean the ones who live down the street, not across the borders, when we employ our neighbors, we make our state and our community stronger. And if you look back to what people refer to as a simpler time, an easier time, the 50s, you have that strength, that community. So if the municipalities are built strong, then again, you have your strong base and the top forms strong. It's not a trickle-down theory, it's more of a build-up theory. And that makes sense. So that would be one of the proposals. Another good proposal, especially in places like Union Beach, towns that have been basically wiped out from ratables. Those property taxes, the towns lost a lot of money because people have walked away from their homes or there's no more home. They've lost a lot of ratables. So their property taxes, they're not going to get money in. Their budgets are going to have major shortfalls. Who's going to pay for it? You got to get those towns back up and running. How do you do that? Maybe, and clearly not my idea, a copycat, but Perth Amboy used to have sales tax of less than the rest of the state to attract business. Why is that not being planned for in places like Union Beach and Port Monmouth and Seabright? And for the mom and pop stores, why not have some sort of rate incentives, rent incentives, so that if you have your business and you agree to rebuild on Front Street in Union Beach, that you will have some lesser cost in rent, or you'll get something off on the property tax, just to get that store back built, because something is better than nothing. And right now Union Beach has nothing. Who's going to make up for the cost to bus the kid from Union Beach School to whatever school is closer that's up and running? Because they're not in Union Beach, they're now living with their in-laws in Aberdeen. These are problems that nobody's talking about except for the parents doing the carpooling right now. That eventual shortfall of those towns will fall to towns like Marlboro and Aberdeen because it's going to fall to the county. And then it'll trickle all over the state. And then it's going to end up being a state problem, because what's going to happen when the property taxes aren't affordable by the rest of the people still living there? You can't let the town die. And I'm happy if I'm wrong. I have not seen new business buildings be built in Union Beach. I know there are many people working from their home, so the stats may show that there are a lot of businesses in Union Beach, but that's because their homes are being used as their offices, because their offices aren't rebuilt, or the restaurant's not rebuilt. And that all affects everybody in Monmouth County. So it's not in a petri dish. It affects all of us. You have companies like Verizon that are rebuilding houses with something called VoiceLink. That is not senior friendly. It's a Bluetooth phone system instead of a hardwire copper system. And if you are on, if you have one of those Lifeline things, if you have one of, if you're on machines, if you had a credit card machine, it doesn't work on this VoiceLink. And Verizon is now pushing people to install VoiceLink, which it could be very dangerous to over 55 communities. So while New Jersey, I suppose, in some sense is trying to modernize, it's pushing out our seniors and making it very difficult, or very scary at the least, for them to live here. And we're building a lot of over 55 communities, so I would think we need them to stay. They are big problems that I don't know that I have all the solutions. What I do know is that I'm willing to listen to anybody who thinks they may have a solution. I'm willing to vet it out, talk it out, and see what makes the most sense. Getting college tuition to become reasonable absolutely is a good way to start people off when they are starting their lives on the right foot. Having more companies have set up reimbursement. If you work for our company, we hire you your senior year, and I'm an accounting major, let's say at Rutgers, and I have an accounting firm gets me, and they say, if you work for us and you promise us 3 years, we'll pay for your last year in college, or we will pay a portion of your student loans for every year that you work. That would give people a better security to move forward and start with, again, the good base. Because if you don't have the good base, you can't build a house, can't build a pyramid without that good base. So if you give that to 20-somethings who are graduating, it makes it more likely that they stay here. Get them more inclined to stay here and open up their businesses here.